handed out a calendar in my attempt to lay things out for the season, and handed out a team rules sheet today, although that's pretty light. Um, Wanted to go through these with myself kind of talking through them to give a little bit more explanation than just throwing a bunch of pictures at you. I'll upload this too, but um, like as screenshots, but I wanted to kind of talk through it. All right, let's do calendar first because that's what I did with the athletes. Hopefully, anyone that was there today, this will sound familiar, and if not, this kind of give you a clue in. So, tons of info on this calendar, and I'll scroll down to September and October too. But August is the most full, it's the most hectic month as we get rolling here. Um, as you can see, I put the practice times at the top of each day. Um, and on Saturdays, we're going to have kind of run OYO on your own. I'll give kind of a guidance of what I'd like to see happen. Heck, if we get a ton of stuff done in the week, I might say don't worry about it, but I'm going to leave that there just in case. I have the location and then kind of the type of run to expect each day. I told the athletes the further we get away from today, the more just kind of tentative it is. You'll see later on, I just have like TBD written there. I don't know what's going to happen throughout the season. This is probably, I joked with them, kind of not joking too. This is the most prepared I think I've been yet going into a season. So like to keep us clued in and kind of give the athletes an idea of what to look forward to that day and what to mentally prepare for. Off to the side on Sundays, I have weeks till the state tournament. The state tournament starts with districts, so that's kind of what I mean there. This phase is kind of like for my planning, but basically we're going to be doing certain types of workouts more than others during those, and you'll see as we go on. There's kind of some workouts that stick out, that repeat in a couple week span, and then they change. Some important dates. This Thursday, we're going to hand out uniforms after practice. I really need to hunt down some of the track athletes and get a lot of them back. If you have yours from track season, I need that beforehand for inventory, and then I can hand it right back to you. But that's going to be after practice. Hopefully that only takes like 15 minutes, but we'll see. So I would say anticipate leaving around 10:15, 10:30 that day. And then Friday has changed from the initial August calendar because of pictures. Um, all of the sports teams are getting pictures that morning, so it's kind of up in the air exactly when we're going to get pictures. But theoretically, it's supposed to be at 8:45, so be there at 8:30 with your uniform on. We've taken pictures in the past behind the high school, like behind the high school gym door. So we're going to meet back there, take pictures, hopefully be done by like 9:15ish, and then bring separate clothes and not your uniform to practice in after, and we'll do a kind of regular practice till around 11. So that's why it's kind of a change in time. For our seniors, senior banner pictures are at 6 p.m., I believe, at the school. I'll talk to Mr. Bates and get clarification on that, but you'll want to bring your uniform and everything for that. That's separate. I won't be there, so just so you guys know. Okay. The next week, the 12th, is the OHSAA parent meeting at 6 p.m. in the high school. Last year, I think it was just an online video because of COVID, but we're going back, I think, into the auditorium this year. So pretty much a parent or guardian for every athlete will need to come watch that. And then we're going to have meet the team afterwards at the football stadium. So that's where basically for us it'll be middle school and high school because the Biddy League won't start yet, but all the sports teams will line up and basically say your name and that kind of stuff. Like I was joking with the kids, we're basically going to go down the list and say, and they're always timid and they're like, hey, I'm Coach Fisher, I'm a sophomore or whatever, hand it to the next person. That's basically what you do. That's it for important stuff that week. This is something I pointed out to the kids. We're going to try to, starting the week that school starts, Have Monday practices at the Lore City Bike Path for the high schoolers. Middle school still have the track. High school practice is going to start a little bit later to accommodate for, at least according to Google, 9-minute drive there. And then we're going to end 10 minutes earlier in case anyone's like, I got to get back to the middle school or to the school and pick up a sibling or meet parents there or anything like that. So we're going to end slightly earlier on those days too. So I wanted to put that out there. We have a lot of runners this year. We're lucky that drive and some that aren't even coming from the school. So I doubt we have much issues, but maybe try to work out some carpooling with some of the older athletes if you're a freshman or a sophomore that doesn't drive yet or something like that. And then that weekend is our first meet. That's high school only though. It's the state preview meet. Told the high school athletes I don't mind so much how the results look. We might even just do like a workout there. But I want them to see and get the feel of the state meet course, get the atmosphere, that kind of thing at Obetz. So with the meets, I don't have like the bus time or anything on the calendar. I squeezed as much info into this as possible, but expect a definitive like meet day sheet the day before at practice. So it's really important to be there on Fridays. The next week we have senior night at 6:30. Practice ends at 5:30. So you plan accordingly. Basically, if you need to run home, get a shower real quick, and come back, that's fine. If you know you're not going to make it, bring stuff to shower at the locker room, something like that. I'm sure like the day or two before, we'll get the paper to fill out that says, I'm Bryce Egan, I'm Catherine Williams, I'm going to go do this in college or after high school, I'm doing that kind of thing. I will try to be in attendance, but no promises. It's been hit and miss in the past, so just to let you guys know kind of what you're doing there. You just kind of walk down the track with your parents. Okay, Claymont Early Bird Invitational. That's our first meet where all the teams are going to be there, high school and middle school. And then in the past, they've had a Biddy League race, so that'll probably be the first Biddy League race. I'm trying my best to keep a long-term perspective in mind, so we might do some harder workouts the day or two before and just do our best there with the idea that that's going to help us more at the end. So I want to really stress that. I know in the past we have gotten off to some slow starts and it was frustrating, so just trust the process, all according to plan. Nothing too special. Last week of August, first week of September, we're going to Newcomerstown. Same thing, high school, middle school, and at least in the past, Biddy League. A lot of these meets we've been there for the last couple years. They're technically not finalized yet, but I would be surprised if anything changes. September, we're going to take Labor Day off. We're going to give probably this Thursday off. We might flip-flop, but that's going to be kind of our down week. We go hard for a couple weeks, and then we take kind of a recovery week. We've performed well at Fort Fry in the past, so that'll give us a good opportunity to actually be rested for a meet. That's the game plan there. The plan is that we're not going to the Colt Carnival at Meadowbrook this year. Since we added Sandy Valley, that will kind of even us back out to how many meets we've had in the past. We're planning on having practice that day. We'll see what gets done. Maybe if we have a really good week of practice or something like that, we won't. We'll see what happens. I'm going to say, as for now, we will have practice, but we'll see. We're going to go back to New Lex this year, kind of like last year. Smaller meet like last year. It might be a duel, just us and them, or maybe another team. It's their senior night, though, so I'm still waiting back to figure out exactly what day. It's going to be one of these 3 days is what I'm told, though. So we get some TBD in terms of what we're doing at practice. We're mostly going to train through the New Lex meet and just use it as a hard day. And then Sandy Valley that weekend. We did not go to this race 2 years ago, but according to the results online, they had a Biddy League race. So that might be the last Biddy League race of the season. After that, Next week we have Cambridge invite. In the past, they've not had a biddy league race. I left this on here. We might race at Crooksville. The middle school did that in the past. It's pretty up in the air. We'll just see where we're at in the season. If you notice, most of these workouts are TBD because I don't know who will be running what times and who will be exceeding expectations and who will be injured or who's with us. People join. I don't know. So we'll see as we get into championship season. I'm partial to IVCs and regionals, but as kind of like what we'll peak for. But we'll see. Maybe if we need to peak for districts, then we'll peak for districts, something like that. I think the only other things of note here is that if you're new, regionals and state for high schoolers, you have to qualify to go to that. These 3 meets are high school only. The IVCs will be the middle school's last meet unless we have someone qualify for the OHSAA middle school state meet. That'll be kind of at Coach Howden and I's discretion. We'll have to have some more elite performances to sign anyone up for that, but that's the day in case we do see someone going in that direction. Okay, like I said, that's very tentative, but this is definitely the most admittedly planned out I've been coming into my head coaching career so far.